Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Geek Wait for you yet another YouTube video at this time. So we're going to be talking zombies in this video today, as the newest deck build set has revealed its first archetype. So this is going to be an Egyptian theme zombie ritual archetype, which is pretty interesting, of course. They use normal monsters as fuel for their ritual monsters effects, which is actually pretty good. There are a wide variety of normal monsters you can use, and they aren't specific in what normal monsters you can use, so it's pretty much open to interpretation on what types of normal monsters you want to use to fuel this strategy. All right, so with that said, there are a lot of cards, so let's go ahead and just get into it. All right, so first card is Nefertiti Senate's Prophet. This is a light zombie effect monster. We don't have a lot of those outside of Eldritch. Um, you can use the effect names first and second effects once per turn. So first, second, or hard once per turn. This card is normal or special summoned. You can send it to the graveyard. Show up to two normal monsters from your hand deck face up on a field or graveyard. Then set the same number of sending spells from your deck. So this deck also has quite a few spell cards, so that's gonna come in handy later on when I discuss the spell cards. So this is actually really good. Second effect reads during your opponent's turn quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Equip one normal monster from your graveyard to a ritual monster you control. Also, this deck has about three ritual monsters, so that's gonna come in handy for when I discuss the ritual monsters as well. So this card is a pretty good starter. Would have been nice if it was a searcher for stuff, but that's fine. It allows you to set, which is even better. All right, so next card is Amenhotep, Senate Prophet. This is a level 4 light zombie as well. Zero attack, 1500 defense. First, second effects are hard ones return. This card is normal or special. Send it to the graveyard. Show up to two normal monster cards in your hand deck, face up field or graveyard. Then set the same number of Senate trap cards from your deck. We also have a multitude of trap cards for them as well, so that's going to come in handy. Second effect reads if you can bench this card from your graveyard and target up to three normal monsters in your graveyard and shuffle them into the deck. That's pretty good to, you know, keep your normal monsters in circulation so that they can be, you know, used from the deck to equip to your ritual monsters. Right, next effect, next card. Now this is the big boy of the deck. This is the Senate Nugget Sphinx. There's a level 12 Dark Zombie Ritual. Effect 5,000 attack, 2,500 defense. You can ritual summon this card with any Senate card. You can use the effects card names effects of 1 and 3 once per turn, so first and third are all once per turn. You can discard this card. For its effect, you can discard this card, add one Cynic card from your deck to your hand, except another copy of itself. It's pretty good. This card equipped with an equipped card is unaffected by your opponent's activated card effects, which is really good. Quick effect, you send one face up normal monster you control to the graveyard. Change as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. The face down defense position. Then you can switch summon one normal monster from your graveyard. So essentially, you can use the same normal monster you send for the first part of the effects, especially summon it to the graveyard from the graveyard to the field, which is really good because you can run high level normal monsters like Blue Eyes and Trihorn Dragon and all that good stuff. So you can send it, put the opponent's monsters in fade out defense position, and then especially summon that same Blue Eyes to the field. Really good. Nice way to control the board, interruptions, and all that good stuff. So that is why it's the boss monster. All right, next ritual monster we have Tau Scenic Wadgets. This is a level 8 Dark Zombie ritual effect, 3,200 attack, 2,500 defense. You can ritual summon this card with any Scenic card. First and third effects are hard once per turn. You're going to discard this card, send one Scenic card from your deck to the graveyard. except another copy of itself. So, I believe the spells and the traps have graveyard effects, and the other ritual monsters can be special summoned from the graveyard as well. So it's good to get the monsters to the graveyard so you can summon them quicker. Instead of having to search them out and then go through the process, you could just send them to the graveyard and then ritual summon them through other means. Second effect reads this card with an equipped card cannot be destroyed by card effects. It's pretty good. No Raigeki Dark Hole. Monster effects that destroy. That's pretty good. Third effect, which is a quick effect, you can send up to 3 face-up normal monster cards you control to the graveyard. Then target the same number of cards your opponent controls, return them to the hand or extra deck. Then you can special summon one normal monster from your graveyard. And that's pretty good as well. Bouncing is actually better than destroying, so that's definitely solid because you're sending monsters back to your extra deck. Of course, they would have to take the time to resummon. And then you can special summon a normal monster from your grave, which is really good. All right, last ritual monster. This is the Sentimus Nick Betts. I butchered that. So this is a level 6 Dark Zombie Ritual, 2800 attack, 1500 defense. Ritual summon this card with a Senate card. First and third are hard once per turns. You can discard this card to add one Senate card from your graveyard to your hand, except another copy of itself. This card equipped with an equipped card cannot be destroyed by battle, so you can have this in defense mode and can't take any damage and stuff like that. Quick effect, you can special summon one face-up normal monster. Special summon one face-up normal monster card from your spell and trap card zone. And if you do, equip it with this card, and as an equipped spell, it gives you 2500 attack, which is pretty good. So you can special summon a Blue Eyes from your spell trap zone and equip it with this, and it becomes a 5500 monster. The most ideal situation for that. All right, so we're gonna go into the spells now. You can only use this is Bersenit's M Horror. This is a field spell. You only use second effect is hard once per turn. Once per turn, you can ritual summon one Senate ritual monster from your hand or graveyard by sending a normal monster card with different names from each other from your hand deck and or face up from the field to the graveyard whose total levels equal or exceed its level. Then you can equip one normal monster from your graveyard to it. Really, really solid for the strategy. This is essentially what gets your whole engine running. So you can just activate this and whatever ritual monster you happen to have in your hand at the time. Send the normal monsters that you need to summon the required ritual monster, and then you can equip whatever ritual monster, whatever normal monster you send off its effect back to the ritual monster you summoned off this effect. So this card is really, really solid. Definitely really solid. Second effect reads, you can special summon a non-token normal. If you special summon a non-token normal monster, you can draw one card. So of course, office. Yeah, so I believe, yeah, this one special summons a normal monster from your spell and trap effect. So if you have this on the field and you special summon off of this effect, you get to draw a card off of it. So overall, definitely a solid field spell for the archetype. All right, so next card is Senate per Ankh. It is a normal spell. First and second effects are hard once per turn. First effect reads you can add one Senate monster from your deck to your hand, which is really good. Searchers is always good. You can discard if you discard one Senate ritual monster. While this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, special summon one non-effect fusion monster from your extra deck with an attack less than or equal to any of the discarded monsters as a normal monster card, but for the rest of the turn, it cannot attack directly. Also, you cannot activate non-zombie monsters effects. So that's interesting because the ritual effects, discard to activate various effects. So if you do that while this is in the graveyard, this second effect will activate and allow you to get utility from the card when you banish it for its effect. All right, now we're going into the traps. So this one is AM. Use Senate. So this is a normal trap. You can activate one of this card's effect per turn. So this effect is a hard once per turn. Ritual summon one Senate ritual monster from your hand or graveyard by sending normal monster cards with different names from each other from your hand, deck, or face up hand, deck, and or face up in the field to the graveyard whose levels exceed its level. Then you can equip one normal monster from your graveyard to it. So this will be allow you to ritual summon on your opponent's turn since that effect is on a trap card. Second effect reads if a normal monster card you control will be destroyed by battle card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So it protects your normal monsters from being destroyed by battle card effects. Pretty good. Next trap is Senate Cataract. This is a normal trap. First and second effects are hard once per turns. Choose an opponent's monster form equal to the number of normal monsters and send ritual monsters you control. Negate the first of monster negate the monster first monster effect activated in each of these zones. That resolves this turn. That's interesting. Read that effect. Choose an opponent's made monster zone equal to the number of normal monsters and Senate monsters, visual monsters you control. Negate the first monster effect activated in each of those zones. Oh, okay. Okay, so if your field is flooded, you can essentially choose all your opponent's monster zones, and with each effect that activates in each of those zones, they are negated the first time they activate. All right. So essentially, if you I believe it works if you activate a monster effect in the same zone, you can probably be able to activate it because it's each monster effect negates one at a time. So it's from leftmost to rightmost. If you activate something in the leftmost and that gets negated, and if you activate something in the same column it will be able to activate. Like if a monster's off the field that activated, you can put another monster there and activate its effect as well. That's how I think that might work. So anybody can clarify that for me, let me know. All right, so the second effect reads, if the total attack of all normal monster cards you control is more than 3,000, you could banish this card from your graveyard and target a monster your opponent controls and send it to the graveyard. So it's a hard send to the graveyard, not triggering any destruction effects. And of course, you're running high level normal monsters to use anyway. So more than likely you'll have a monster on the field with 2,000 attack. So next trap is Senate Thunderfall. Now this is the counter trap for the strategy. You don't use the first and second effects once per turn, hard once per turn. If your opponent activates a spell trap card while you control a normal monster or a Senate ritual monster, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. Second effect reads, if the total attack of all known monsters you control is more than 2,000, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Send a spell and trap card from your set one send a spell or trap from your deck or graveyard, except another copy of this. So it sets all of your other send a spell or trap cards after they've been used. So that's pretty good as well. The counter trap card part is pretty good, but of course it only activates once you have setup on the field. All right, so we have reprints, of course, Trihorn Dragon, Black Skull, Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, and Sea Monster of Decitus as some targets you can use with this card, you know, with the whole theme of the strategy as well. All right, so overall thoughts on the zombie archetype, it's pretty good. It's Konami's obvious second attempt at zombie rituals. We all know the failed debacle that is Vendrez, of course. So Konami figures that, it gives it another shot, that whole zombie ritual thing, another shot. And this is looking pretty good for the first wave of support. It's a lot of support, so you may not get anything else for this for a while. Or you may get some little sprinkles, maybe one card here and there as far as support for this. This is it's pretty playable right off the bat with, of course, zombie being a pretty well supported archetype. You can, run it with other things. Pumpkin and all that good stuff can work with this, and you can just work the deck from there. So overall pretty solid, interesting. It uses normal monsters, which is always pretty interesting as well. So, of course, let me know what you guys think of this new zombie archetype in the comments. Procurity, Billy Williams. I'm waiting to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys think. All right. So I will leave that at that. So I'll be bringing you guys more videos in the meantime. But until then, peace. YouTube.